Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to Rant and Chill. On this channel, I like to rant and I like to chill. Here, we're gonna be chilling and talk about love bites, and I'm gonna be corrected on something here, and probably much more in the comment section, which is great. There's something I said in regards to Miyako and her debut, and the recent album Judgement Day. That is not correct at all. I noticed a lack of piano presence in Judgment Day on the album. There's keyboard, there's orchestra elements, but I don't really notice like the sort of sounds that you would hear or that you had heard in previous Love Bites songs, where there's a lot of piano here and there, especially off of the Glory Glory to the World EP. So with that in mind, I did say that maybe Miyako doing her debut classical compositions, doing covers of various songs, one of which are Love Bites songs, maybe her way of having that outlet to have that. Because I said that I didn't really hear a lot of classical composition influence in Judgment Day, which is flat out wrong. In fact, let's just start with Lost in the Garden. Lost in the Garden. This song features several elements that are related to classical music. Classical music often employs specific melodic techniques and developments that can be heard in this song, and we're going to talk about that here. You have the motif and theme, which is essential for just about every classical composition. There's a particular motif and theme that is played. It's the main melody. You understand it maybe as that. Lost in the Garden has that. In fact, you could say a lot of these songs have that. So a lot of this could probably apply to other. You may say Soldier Stand Solitarily, and you would be actually correct. But Lost in the Garden, you hear that reoccurring melodic idea flowing through the song. That would be the motif, and the theme behind that song. Well, talk about the tone of it. How it sounds is very consistent, right? But then there's variations, which classical music tends to, in order to, otherwise it's going to go stale. There's going to be variations in the motif, in the theme. That main melodic motif is going to be sometimes phrased with, maybe they'll use melodic phrasing, which is another element as well. But yeah, you could expect variations, which you do hear quite a bit. But then within those variations, there's particular phrasing that is done. Or sometimes the guitars will go higher in pitch. Sometimes sometimes we'll go lower. Sometimes they'll use like techniques like trills and slides, and use fast runs when needed. Just things to use to enhance the melodic phrasing of the main motif, but yet also keep it very consistent. If this song was played on a piano without any sort of rearranging, it would sound like a classical composition. I would think anyway. You just use the classical piano sound. Obviously, you take the drums out or whatever, and I think it would sound just fine. I think you did that. I think your parents, maybe your grandparents, would be really impressed with you. Be like, "Wow, where did you learn that? What is that? Is that Beethoven? What's going on there? Is that Mozart?" Like, no, it's actually Miyako of Love Bites, a heavy metal band. Let me play you the real song, and then they're not gonna like it because metal scares them. Maybe, hopefully, that's not your situation. But the whole development of the song, the melodic development, you could say, is definitely something that you can see. There's influence from classical compositions. The classical compositions often use extensive developments of melodic ideas, exploring different tonalities, variations, transformations, and Lost in the Garden, I think, does that very well. The motif evolves and develops throughout the song. The song gets very complex as it progresses. There's also additional instruments as well. There is a slight orchestra element to this song. You may not hear it on your first playthrough. There's a lot of stuff going on in this song, but you can hear You know, you could hear. Well, obviously it's a keyboard, but you can hear pipes. I mean, you can hear, you know, orchestra sounds in the background. Kind of, I say, kind of highlighting certain areas, kind of giving it more texture. I think the mix is fine. It wasn't overpowering or anything. You almost don't even hear it if you're not looking for it. But yeah, so the same thing could be applied to, like I said, Soldier Stands Solitarily, maybe even Wicked Witch, you know. But that's where I would ask you guys, you know, how do you feel about this? I mean, here I am admitting I was wrong. That Lost in the Garden and Soldier Stands Solitarily and other songs that most definitely have a like I said, most definitely have elements that are from classical compositions that definitely influenced and were part of the structure and all that. So, but with that said, you let me know what you think about this. You have a good one.